Hey, y'all. Welcome back to a special edition of Hopped Up Beer Review. We are reviewing the 2023 Brewers Advent Calendar. And tonight we are trying the Schnitzlbaumer Helles from the Privatbrauerei Schnitzlbaumer out of Traunstein, Germany. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer we are drinking and reviewing. We are doing that for the 2023 Brewers Advent Calendar, this big, beautiful box right behind me. 24 German beers, all from independently owned families in Germany, family breweries in Germany. And we are having a good time running through them. We're doing it a little different than we did last year. Instead of going day by day, we're going to be releasing them all pretty much at the same time, just to flood YouTube with a myriad of beer reviews. So, no, just in case your box is in a different order, you can check out our video on that beer if we happen to do it.
And there was more than 24 beers.
Yeah, we're going to give you more than 24 because we're in a giving mood this holiday season.
It's the season.
Exactly. So speaking of, hey, Chris, my buddy Chris at UX Connections gave me this sweater. So if you have any UX needs, definitely go check out uxconnections.com. That is not a paid advertisement. It's just my buddy that owns the place over in London. So yeah, go check them out. They will hook you up with some good UX.
What can I get? What is UX? And what does that do for me, the average Joe or the average attic troll?
Nothing. I mean, it could really make your attic site, your website. You know, I know you have an attic site where you give attic tours, right? And people book through that. It can really change the way people come to your site and then interact with it. So
I do have a fledgling atticfans.com.
Well, that's another use case. So if you happen to be in the market for some user experience or UX, check out UX Connections.
We're always trying to improve the user experience at atticfans.com.
Of course. Is that domain even registered? We probably need to get it before this airs.
I don't even want to look.
That's a great idea. Let's look into that. atticfans.com.
We're gonna check and see. So if you're watching this video, we've already bought the domain if it's available.
Like in that corner, we could do foot pictures. You know.
Oh my god.
We're going to talk about what we actually do with it on the offline.
It's not what we do with it. It's what the consumer does with it.
If you didn't know, you've reached a beer show.
No way to tell.
Yeah. So let's move on with that, hopefully. I've got Jay. I've got Andy in the foot attic, apparently. I have been in my UX Connections sweater, holiday sweater here. What are we drinking out of the 2023 Brewers Advent Calendar this evening?
Schnitzlbaumer's Lagerbier Hell. The Helles.
Traunstein?
I'll tell you, I love the can art here. You know, it's
you in that
very,
oh my god,
very beautiful. Absolutely love it. So
give you all the good sounds.
So this is one we had last year in the 2022 Brewers Advent Calendar. Do you remember this one as well? I'm going to go out on a limb and say it was first, but
I remember the look of it. I don't remember the flavor.
I don't either. It was very early in the calendar.
You thinking this one was first, huh?
That's what I'm thinking, but apparently you're looking at something that says it wasn't.
He's back on our list.
No, I don't know. I have no idea.
How would I know? I don't have the internet at my hands.
Yes.
I don't.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Jay just goes to the drink.
Jay
did he even say any? Did you?
I said cheers, mates. You know,
okay.
we're just talking.
That, yeah.
Too much about UX connections. I mean, come on.
Seriously, if you need UX, these guys will take care of you.
Like a man crush to me.
He's also an Arsenal fan, So
Yeah, there now it
my
comes
buddy,
out.
my buddy
Yeah.
Chris. So anyway, all right, Andy. What can you tell us about the beer?
I really don't. Well, I'm actually. What does UX stand for?
User experience. I just said that.
Did you? Is
Did.
anybody listening to you? All right.
Jay's just drinking, so he's just moving right along.
Jay's like, we're here for the beer.
Yeah, it is a beer show.
You're talking about user
is.
experience. Andy's talking about feet coming out the window of the attic. I mean, I'm just trying to move this show along.
Feet pictures are only in the corner, not in the window.
Is that attic tours?
Is that better?
Is that cover, or
is
that like the VIP attic tour, or you have to pay extra for that?
We're always hustling, man. Gotta make that dollar.
Okay.
So
always
this is a Helles lager, as it says. It's 5%. It uses 3 different types of hops, but they did not want to reveal what the hops were. From the years of 2017 to 2021, it won both silver and bronze, varying through the years at the World Beer Awards. Excuse me. It's carbonated. So
the internet did tell me it was first. Ben's got a hell of a memory on him.
Yeah, I mean, you got to remember, I not only do we do the show in the review. Last year we did go in day order of our boxes. We decided not to do that this year. But you got to remember, not only did we, do the review, but then I create the video. I do all the production on, I do all that back end work. So naming the video, it's like, so yeah, it's a little bit of repetition.
Cheers to you, Ben.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate that.
For putting that all together and
Gross.
spending the hard work. Because I mean, you spend twice as much time as me. I know Andy spends a lot more time than me too on the R&D side.
Hey, you know what though? The really hard part is editing out the foot videos that Andy sends me for these. So that's where it really gets tough. Okay?
What do you mean editing it out? If I send you extra videos, you're not even doing anything. So it's not like work. You're just keeping them for your own private, way. You just tipped your and what are you doing with all my feet videos I sent you? You're making a mashup?
Maybe one day you'll find out.
Just the weirdo now. Yeah. So
sorry, Andy, I didn't mean to.
Back to the show. Yeah, don't shame me for my feet videos and pics.
So shamed.
Yeah. Privatbrauerei Schnitzlbaumer in Traunstein, Germany. It was started in 1575. He went through multiple names and owners and names. In 1889, it was acquired by the Schnitzlbaumer family. It temporarily shut down during World War I. It reopened again in 1919. And it had to rebuild and renovate after World War II, understandably. We've learned, and we may get into the future, but I recall last year on some of these German breweries that Allied forces, when they actually went into Germany, would, sometimes occupy them and actually use the brewing and the beer for their own consumption. And I can't remember which one that said that they held back their really good products. They hit them like in a wall or something like that. Their raw materials, yeah.
And the recipes too. I think, I remember some discussion about them hiding the recipes potentially.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I didn't look up this name, so I'm going to botch it. But on the label at the bottom, on ours, it is. Crikey, where is it on ours? Oh, I'm just reading on the screen. It says the Brauerei Familie Fraundorfer. So in 2014, it sold to the Fraundorfer family due to the three Schnitzlbaumer daughters. They had taken professions, jobs outside the beer industry. Those ungrateful daughters, don't they know, since 1889? So for over 100 years, it was in the Schnitzlbaumer family, and those three girls wanted to do something other than beer. Shame on you.
Man, we handed something like that, right?
It went finally into the hands of the Freuendorfers, and they finally got their ways with the Schnitzlbaumers. I'm just spitballing.
And then our can does say the city of beer here, brewed in the city that Andy you named earlier.
We had mentioned this. When did I mention this? Schnitzlbaumer and Traunstein at an earlier episode. Do you recollect?
A year ago.
No.
Oh.
It was in our recent 2023 Brewers Dump.
Oh, wow.
No, y'all are listening. So, Bambula, do you remember me talking about they're in Hamburg? Well, the beer is Bambula, but it's Überquell. And they're bottling. They do their special reserves and their barrels and stuff in Hamburg. But I guess it's such a small facility, they have to bottle off-site, and they bottle at the Schnitzlbaumer in Traunstein.
I do remember you talking about them bottling. I do not remember. I mean, I wouldn't have never put that together. Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
I'll go back and watch that episode, multiple times between now and the time it gets published. So. All right. This was in our 2022 Brewers Advent Calendar. So we have all had this one. Our normal Hopped Up Beer Review tradition is that if you have not had the beer, you go first, or if you've had it, you go last. Really, it's the tradition. So
we all go last. So 1, 2, 3, say your score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jay, I'm going to call on you to go first this time. What do you think?
I like it. It's smooth and refreshing to me. It's another lager beer hills that we've had. A lot of these go through the hills, and as we've commented throughout this show, or this year and last year, most of these are definitely a step above the macros that we're used to, and we have our Macro Monday show that Ben likes to reference. It's refreshing to me. I enjoy it. Good flavor. I think I'm gonna go with the 7.5.
All right, I'll jump in there. I think that this one is of the ones out of the box, right? This ends up being the box of Helles in a lot of ways, because probably half the box or so is the Helles lagers, which isn't a bad thing. It's just you really kind of get to bounce them off of each other. You get to compare them, especially if you're having them in a short period of time, such as having one a day, as the Advent calendar suggests. So with this one, I think it kind of is in the middle for me. I think we've had some that are, from a Helles lager are really good. We've had some that are just a little bit above, maybe what we would consider on the American macro level. So I think this one's in the middle, and 7.5 is where I fell out as well. It's got good flavor. Again, one that I would love to have a keg of, because it's right there from a flavor standpoint, ABV, etc. 7.5 as well. Andy, leaves it to you.
This is special to me, Ben. This is what I wish our cheap macros would taste like, and it would just be so much more pleasant, because macros, or filler beers, you
Too
want to
much
have
corn, too
multiples.
much sweet.
Yeah, it's not heavy, and but it's got decent flavor, and it'll keep your vibes going. And I just wish they would be like this. So, and this one doesn't have that kind of corn or corn syrup feel to it. It's got that fresh German taste to it. It's light. Yeah, I was actually, I'm on the same line as y'all, 7.5. It's so easy. Yeah, and some of the others that may have given an 8, it's not as deep in flavor, to elevate it to the 8. Still light, very crushable, but it's got the German feel to it. So yeah, 7.5.
Yeah, and to add to that a little bit, if I can, we talked about these, some of these that we've had that you almost kind of get that corn sweetness flavor in them. They're still better than American Macros, but it's kind of a little pinch in that direction, if you will. And this one is, there's definitely, for me at least, there's no corn or corn syrup flavor at all. But it doesn't, like you said, it doesn't have the depth of some of the other ones that we've had that do have a little more flavor in them out of this box. And so, yeah, I think that's obviously we all agree on the score. I think that's a good spot to land it based on what we've talked about here. All right, that's going to be a 7.5 for the Lager Beer Hell. Definitely, if you're going through the advent calendar like we are, definitely one hopefully you're going to enjoy. Hopefully one that you have in your box here, because it's a really good Helles lager, maybe compared to some of the other ones, or at least somewhere in the middle. If you've made it this far, be sure to like, subscribe. Cheers.
Nobody made it this far.
Notification bell. Yeah, you probably didn't make it this far. Also check us out on all social media links down below. We're not quite there yet, Jay.
You said cheers.
Come say hey in our Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server. We will talk to you all day long about the 2023 Brewers Advent Calendar. If you want to talk about feet picks, though, that is going to be a separate channel, and Andy will have to lead you to that. Lastly, if you have any interest at all in any Hopped Up Beer Review merch, there you go, Jay. We've got some links down below, or a link down below for that. Go check that out if you are so interested. Appreciate you watching this video. Check out our other 2023 Brewers Advent Calendar videos as you run through that. 2022. As you run through that calendar as well. In 2022, we got other videos there too, and other videos throughout the year. Hey, we
cheers,
drink
mates.
beer. We chat, and Jay's saying end it. For Jay and Andy in the attic, I'm Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Happy Christmas, guys.
Happy Christmas.